Hey everybody, it's Becca from Lorraine County SmackDown coming back at you from the Schonstein Center down here in Columbus for the OHSAA States. I wanted to do a update way sooner than this. I actually wanted to do one or two yesterday and then one earlier today, but let me tell you, everything's back to back. The place runs like a fine oiled machine, so they just keep it going, and I just try to keep up with the photos. So the updates kind of are a little behind, so I do apologize. So just really quick, I want to just go on, start from the bottom, and we'll work our way up or down, whichever way you want to perceive it. So first we have Cole Schulk from Columbia, Division 3, 113. He is still in the champ bracket, so he's actually going into the semifinals. So he won champ round one over Bodie Miller, like I said yesterday, against Oak Harbor, decision 8-1. He won his quarterfinal match against Anthony Hody of West Falls, decision 8-4. And up next, he will be going against Abe Hermes from, I don't know if it's Milton Edison. I don't know. They don't give me the full names when I'm looking on this track wrestling, so just bear with me. So he will be going against him in the semifinals. I really think Cole has a chance to really take first or second here. He's been looking strong all weekend. So good luck, Cole. And I'll hopefully be able to do updates later tonight. Our next one is Joe Dennis from Black River, D3, 120 pound. So champ round one, he was taken out by Cooper Shore of Miami East, tech filed, but then he really came back strong in the consolation round one over Mikey Soto from Genoa area. He was down in that match, but he kept going, and you could just hear his coaches say, everything on the mat, keep going. And it paid off because he ended up winning by a fall at 4 minutes. So, way to go, Joe, in that match. That was amazing to watch. He ended up coming up short in consolation bracket round two against Cohen Becker from Northmore. He ended up losing that match by major decision 10-0. But let me tell you, don't let the number fool you. At the end, he just kept going, shot after shot after shot. You could tell he wasn't just going to give up. Unfortunately, the shots didn't take, and he was out. But that was an amazing run for Joe Dennis from Black River. Up next is Tristan Green from Keystone, D3, 157 pound. Once again, champ round one, Tristan Green was over Nathan Barker from Milton Union. Tech fouled him. And then once again, in his quarterfinal match, Tristan Green came over Kalen Leemaster from Centerburg. Tech fouled him too. Tristan's looking really, really strong this weekend. He's been preparing for this. This is what he eats, he sleeps, he breathes wrestling. So he's ready to show it off. He is going against Ethan Cooper from Legacy Christian for his semifinal match. Once again, I think Tristan has a great run to, like I said, be on that podium. I think the worst he can do is sixth. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Sometimes my math isn't the best, but definitely would like to see him in 1-2. Next up, we have Hayden Garrow from Columbia, D3, our 190 pound wrestler. Champ round one was he just had a really tough opponent, Wyatt Ripke from Archbold. He ended up losing by decision 8-3. And once again, he just came up just a tad short with a consolation round one bracket against Alexander Finsley from Martin's Ferry. He ended up losing decision 4-2, just 2 points separated. But I really liked what I saw from Hayden. Hayden is an amazing wrestler. He is a strong wrestler. He was the captain for Columbia. So he's not only just a strong wrestler, but a great leader too. So good luck with Hayden with everything, going forward. If we don't see great things from wrestling, I know we're just going to see great things in general in the future from him. He's just a great person. Up next, we have Charlie Wells from Black River, or D3, 215 pound. He ended up losing champ round one against Lucas Thomas from Harrison Central, decision 10-6. He came back in consolations round one over AJ Schaefer, Columbus Grove. Ended up tech fouling him. He looked really strong. He was strong. Like I said, he is always a strong in neutral. He ended up losing to Gavin Gillig in consolation round two from Liberty Benton. It was a fall at 4 minutes and 37 seconds. He only had a few seconds left, and he had to take a shot. And and ended up not going his way, and he ended up getting a pin. But I don't think there's going to be any regrets with that. He had to take a shot. He had to, and he did. And I was so proud that he didn't freeze up. He went and took the shot. You know, he did so great, and that one just tears my heart out. But very proud of Charlie Wells and what he'll be doing in the future as well. Next up, we have Cooper McKean from Black River, D3 285. Cooper unfortunately didn't make it to day two. He was taken out in rounds one by Owen Box from Liberty Center. Fall 34 seconds. Like I said, don't let that fool you. Just got caught in like any wrestler can. He just got caught in a movement and couldn't get out and pin. He ended up losing consolation round one against Hunter Probasco from West Falls. Decision 11-5. Next up for Division 2, we have Kevin Williams from Firelands. He's our D2 138 wrestler. Kevin unfortunately didn't make it to day two either. Champ round one didn't go his way from David McClellan. We knew that he was, an amazing wrestler. It was going to be a tough one. He ended up losing that by a fall, 2 minutes and 39 seconds. He ended up losing his consolation round one bracket from Colton Reedy from Sheridan over. It was a tech foul. He ended up getting tech fouled. However, earlier in that match, he had a takedown, but it was called back for a slam. Had he been able to control that, he would have really done well. Next up, we have Keon McKinney from Elyria, or D1 113 pounder. Keon's looking very sharp. He's such a fun wrestler to watch because he is one of those wrestlers who is really, really strong for a 113-pound weight class, but he doesn't just rely on his strength. He has the skills to back it up. I was watching his quarterfinal match, and you know what? Now I can't remember, but I don't know if it's his champ round one. This one was from his champ round one against Gage Riley from Marysville. He ended up tech fouling him. But what I really liked is he had Gage almost like a backpack upside down, with his legs around Kion's neck. And a lot of the wrestlers, that ends up being a stalemate of some sort. But Keon's able to make that into a move and turn that into, a takedown, into a 2-point. He doesn't let a stalemate. He's able to maneuver almost like a puzzle and be able to find how to make this into a move. So he's a really fun wrestler to watch. He ended up winning his quarterfinal match against Brett Stanley from Brecksville. Tech fouled him. He's got his semifinal match coming up from Johnny Green from Aurora. I really think Keon's going to be on top of that podium really high as well. The worst he can do is 6th place, I believe, as well. Next up, we have Hunter Anderson from Midview, D1 120 pounder. He unfortunately is out, didn't make it to day two. He ended up losing champ round one against Maslin Perry, Christian Giltz. Once again, if you hear Maslin Perry, you know it's a strong wrestler. He ended up losing by a fall, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So once again, that was a hard-fought match, a long, hard-fought match. He ended up losing to Ian Cho from Jerome. Consolation round one bracket. He ended up losing decision 6-5, so just by 1 point. Hunter Anderson is an amazing wrestler, strong wrestler. It's unfortunate we didn't get to see him here in day two. Next up, we have Connor Holm from Elyria, or D1 150 pound as well. He lost his champ round one to Jake Kern from Wadsworth, decision 7-4. Once again, not that big of a difference. He ended up winning his consolation round one bracket over Jamie Ramirez from Central Crossing, major decision 9-1. So he definitely had control of that match. He ended up losing consolation round two today from Flint Guerra from Lebanon, decision 4-2. It was a tough match. It was a close match. Connor's an amazing wrestler to watch. I really like, once again, he does have a really good poise about him. He's able to maintain he's able to be comfortable, even when the score is not in his favor. He almost had the takedown, and it just went the other way. And like I said, that happens to any wrestler. Connor Holm was great, only lost by 2 points. I wish we could see him go further, though, because he's a great wrestler to watch. Up next, we have Jack Marconi from Avon Lake, Division 1, 165 bracket. He won his champ round one over Andrew Palmer from Grove City, major decision 12-4. He ended up losing his quarterfinal match to Brandon Batson from Glen Oak, fall at 33 seconds. He just got his legs, got him down, and that was it. Kind of how I talked with Cooper McKean earlier. Fortunately, if you just get caught in that move early on, there's no way to get out. He unfortunately lost his consolation round two against Carson Mize from Marysville. I believe he is a very high ranked wrestler. Fall at 2 minutes and 23 seconds. But Jack Marconi, what an amazing wrestler. What a great season for him. Next up, we have Austin Dye from Midview, our Division I 285-pound wrestler. He lost his champ round one against Lucas Sternberg from Moeller, decision 7-4. So once again, he wasn't that far behind. He ended up winning consolation round one over Anthony Miller from Uniontown Lake, fall at 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And then he ended up also winning his consolation round two over Nathan Gregory from St. Edwards, decision 7-2. And he was in control of that match. It was a good match to watch. He was on top a good portion of the time. I am so excited to see him go on to later today and hopefully tomorrow. I think the worst that he could place is eighth, but I think he's got more in him. Next up, we have the ladies, and oh my gosh, I am telling you, I love these girls are just trailblazers, and they are so amazing to watch. I mean, the intensity of all these young ladies. First up, we have Riley Banyas, and oh my gosh, Riley, if I am pronouncing your name wrong, pull me aside and tell me. Our 100-pound weight class, she is on a roll. Champ round one over Riley Tolhaliski from Finley, fall at 1 minute and 57 seconds. Quarterfinal match, Riley was over Vita Savage from Taylor, fall at 1 minute and 26 seconds. So both of her wins have been by falls. I'm looking for her semifinal match. Avery Wiley, don't even know what school that is. Piqua? Listen, pronouncing names is not my strong suit, so don't come for me. I'm trying my best with that. Next up, we have Lydia Gold, Lydia, yell at me too, from Keystone, 115 pounds. She is so fun to watch. Once again, this is another wrestler that I am just amazed by how calm she can be. Sometimes I'm like, get angry, but no, she is staying calm. She's waiting for her moment to strike. Champ round one, Lydia over Haley Winslow from Elgin. Quarterfinal, she lost to Addison Rudolph. Major decision 14-2. I'm sorry, her first round one was a fall, 3 minutes and 34 seconds. And then in consolation round two, she's over Avery Horning from Alliance. Decision 5-0. And she was in on that. Next up, we have Layla Patterson. Layla did really amazing. She's our Avon Lake 125-pounder. Champ round one, she was over Marley Bullerin. Major decision 12-6. She ended up in her quarterfinals being pinned at 1 minute and 22 seconds by Reagan Briggs of Harrison. She ended up going, I think it was in consolation round two against Malia Burkhart from Marysville. I think she was a few overtimes in, and she ended up having to medical forfeit out. That was really unfortunate. We never want to see a wrestler go out due to a medical forfeit, but she was giving it all she had. Layla, I'm really proud of you, and keep up the good work. Next, we have Rajon El Hash. Hello, Rajon. I'm going to have to find you so you can tell me how to pronounce your last name. Rajon's from Avon Lake, 135-pounder. Champ round one over Haley Amador from Bradley, fall 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Her quarterfinal, she won major decision 9-0 from Lila Menser from River Valley. She's up in the semifinals against Riley Gus from Springboro. I'm really excited to see what she has. She has been looking strong. She was so excited when she won her second match. The worst she can do is sixth place. I can't wait to see what you got. Sage O'Brien, unfortunately, did not make it to day two. Her first round, champ round one, she ended up losing in overtime against Emmy Green from Waverly. And then she ended up losing decision 6-0 against McKenna Helmick from Tenora. Sage is a freshman making it to states. You are already so far ahead for your age. So keep going, work hard in this off season. I'm really excited to see what you do next year. And then lastly, we have Kaylin Demigal. Last but not least, Kaylin Demigal from Colombia, our 115-pound. I was at her last match during the blood rounds of it. Like it's go big or go home now. And I just looked at her before she went on the mat. I'm like, you got this. And she did. So champ round one, she was out by fall, 1 minute 41 seconds by Kylie Tate from Warren. Consolation round one over Evelyn Cross from Hayes Fall, 1 minute and 25 seconds she won. And then she won her consolation round two against Maya Reeves from Port Clinton Fall, 1 minute and 56 seconds. Now with Kaylin, she was losing. She was on the bottom. She was struggling to get out on top. She kept her calm. She reversed it to a pin. And I almost cried at the end of Kaylin's match. I want you guys all to know with every single Lorain County wrestler, I get invested in them like they're my own kids, and I root for them, and I get upset when they lose. I get happy when they win, and I was so happy for Kaylin. Kaylin is a freshman. The worst you can do is 8th place. I'm really excited to see what you can do. Kaylin, keep up the good work. She's going to be in her consolation round 3 match against Madison Jeffers from Tri-County North. And I'm really excited to see what she can do. And I think that's it for now. If I'm missing anyone, please just tell me. Nothing's ever intentional. Doing my best, one woman show here. And I know I'm butchering these last names, maybe even first names. Please, 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 if you see me, let me know or post in the comments of how I can properly say this. I'm going to say that's not my strong suit, so don't come for me for that. I already know. But I'm very proud of all these Lorain County wrestlers, and let's see what the rest of the day brings.